right, guys, we are back at the Florida Audio Expo 2023. We're with Tom Graham from Name as well as Focal. How you doing, Tom?
Doing well. Good to see you.
So let's talk about this awesome room, all the different products. That's the topic of today's video. Hey folks, I'm Gene Delasala with Audioholics. So Tom, tell me about the Sopras, these beautiful color, orangey color. We got to listen to them. I was really impressed by the bass response. Obviously, they didn't image as well as I wanted to because we're basically in a insane asylum in this room. It's maybe about 8 feet wide. So you got to do what you can when you're at a trade show, but I think you pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was kind of a struggle, obviously, but you know, it's just the way things go. It shows, obviously. But yeah, so Sopra 3s. The largest of the Sopra family. The Sopras, of course, are one step beneath Utopias, the sort of top-of-the-line reference gear that Focal makes. But the Sopra 3s are the largest. There's a 2, and then there's a bookshelf 1.
Which we reviewed the bookshelf very favorably. James Larson reviewed and measured it, and it came out great. So I was really nice to actually hear a pair of Sopras because I heard such great things about them. And these have the beryllium tweeters on them, right?
Exactly, yep, same beryllium tweeters.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the Name equipment that we have here.
Sure. So the Name gear is actually brand new, released at CES back in January. And what we have are the 3 pieces that are part of kind of the first wave of the gear coming out, right? So up top, it's called the NSC222. It's a preamp with a streamer built into it. That actually has an outboard power supply. So very characteristic of Name, the upgrade path is to add an outboard power supply that effectively turns off the power supply inside the unit, but powers it externally, boosting the overall performance. And then at the bottom is the amplifier, called the NAT250. You can get away with just those 2 boxes, the streaming pre and the power amp, but the upgrade path is to add the power supply, and that's what we have here, the full 3-set box.
I got you, okay. So this stuff looks great, by the way. Just to see it in person, just the packaging of it and the display on it is just awesome. I really very impressed. The whole package itself is great. So what about this new speaker line you got? Is it Vestige?
Vestia.
Vestia.
V-E-S-T-I-A.
So can you give us a little talk about the price point and where it sits in the Focal series of products?
So the Cora, which is kind of the previous sort of entry-level toehold into the Focal universe, that's been effectively discontinued. And what we have now is the Vestia. So the Vestia uses some of the same technologies. We have the same kind of cone technologies that we're familiar with from the slate fiber is what it's called. We're familiar with that from the Cora series. But the tweeter is actually called the TAM tweeter, T-A-M. That's been taken from the guys over in the car audio portion of the company, sort of repurposed and kind of optimized for the purposes we have here. So we have the number 1, the number 2, there's going to be a number 3, a number 4, and then a center channel. So a full line of new equipment running from just over $1,000 for the pair up to just under $4,000. So,
I gotcha. Yeah. So the bookshelves are about $1,000 a pair?
Closer, I think $1,400. But okay. But yeah, and then going up, obviously more and more until you get to, I think, $3,600 for the number 4s, which are the biggest of the bunch.
Okay. Yep. And then last but not least, I see these lifestyle outdoor products. They look like giant boulders on the floor.
Sure.
I'm hearing great things about them. They have a, what is it, an 8-inch coax?
8-inch coax driver.
What's the name of the series, first of all?
Yeah, so these are our Stones.
Okay.
So everyone knows outdoor speakers. We've all seen the ones that look like the fake rock you hide your keys under, right? Yeah. So something from like Disney World or something. These are much smoother. They look almost like a pebble, like an oversized pebble you'd find in a river, right?
Right.
So the Stone is a little more aesthetically appealing, and they sound great. They knocked them out of the park. You can do either 8-ohm connection or a 70-volt connection.
That was actually going to ask you that question.
Yeah, they've got transformers built into them, so you have the option of doing both.
Cool. And what about these little satellite speakers I see here?
Yeah, so the satellite is part of the same family, and you can do those kind of a subsat combination. There is a subwoofer we don't have on display, but it's part of the family as well.
What's the size of the sub?
The sub, pop quiz. I think that is, I think it's a 12-inch sub.
It's one you bury and it
exactly.
has a
They
little
have a conventional, with kind of a port coming through the top.
Awesome. Well, you guys, as you know, we're big fans of Focal. In fact, I think we might get in a pair of Sopra 3s to get a formal review going. So stay tuned for that. Tom, I appreciate you bringing all this knowledge on these products. We're going to be definitely doing some more coverage and maybe even the entry-level bookshelves over here.
All right.
And guys, don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/Audioholics. Appreciate your support. Get direct access to us. If you want to suggest video topics or ask questions, hit that thumb up, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, my friends, keep listening.